Warning, this video may contain content that may not be suitable for children or anyone else that is easily offended. Strong language, graphic content, nudity, bad jokes, and a possible idiot, aka myself, may be featured in the following clip. Viewer discretion is advised. Channel is not responsible for any damages that you receive watching this video. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Zems, and welcome to another SCP reaction video. This video is by SCP Animated Tales from the Foundation. Here you have every stream, super subscription box. Can't link and watch the videos entirety because I want to be positive, stopping and talking through the whole thing. Yo, thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. Thank you guys so much for the 5,400. Don't forget to tune in for that giveaway down in the description box, man. You have a chance to win $60 towards Pokemon Legend Arceus or another game of your choice, or even something else. If you like feet pics, booty pics, OnlyFans, man, do what you do. The money will be there. Before we get into today's video, man, I tell you guys about my life all the time. I encountered one of the most dumbest, ignorant, questions ever, and this person just would admit that they were wrong, and they just tried to make it seem like I was dumb and I didn't know what I was talking about, and they were trying to question my intelligence and stuff like that, right? I'm gonna use the alternate question because I can't say what they said because I don't want to have cancel Zems, you know what I'm saying? But imagine somebody walked up to you, right? Hey, why do German Shepherds always bite, right? My first response was, I don't know. I'm not a spokesman for all German Shepherds. I can't say why all German Shepherds bite people because all German Shepherds do not bite people. So this person said, well, who said I said all German Shepherds? I was talking about dogs in general. I was like, well, you didn't say that. You said German Shepherds. So that leads me to believe you're talking about a spectrum of one dog, no matter where they come from, Germany, United States, Central America, you know what I'm saying? Talking about some dogs. You didn't say dogs, you said German Shepherd, so you're talking about a certain breed. So how are you going to talk about a certain breed, and then when I follow up on your question, you're going to say I'm assuming? And this person was like, oh, so do you even know what assuming is? And I'm just like, I do know what it is, but it's kind of stupid and hypocritical, and it's conflicting with what you said, because if you're going to say I'm sitting here and assuming, then you're assuming that I was supposed to know what you meant by what you said. Now, if you'd have said, why do all dogs have the ability to bite? I'd have been like, oh, okay, that's different. Maybe they need it for food, plan, to protect themselves, stuff like that, right? But you can't single out the German Shepherd and ask a German Shepherd about other German Shepherds. I don't know, because I don't dig. What if I dig holes and the other German Shepherd don't like to dig holes? You know what I'm saying? It was just dumb. But let me know down in the comment section what you think. If I'm wrong, say, hey, Zems are wrong. I'll take it like a man.
Hey everyone, SCP Animated is giving away a copy of the SCP Escape card game to 5 lucky winners. Make sure you go to newscapepro.com for a chance to enter.
Let's go! SCP dance. Nah, it's fine. I don't got one for
Finally. How many miles does a guy have to walk to buy a nightstand in this place? Huh? What's this?
It's a diary. My diary. Dear diary.
So, I'm writing this to document what I can only assume is my sudden descent into insanity. I can't possibly be that bad a navigator, and yet, as I write this, I've been trapped in IKEA for 2 days. I haven't seen another person in the entire time I've been here.
Bruh, facts, bro. You go in IKEA, bro. It's like finding Waldo up in there to find help in that store. And I bet it's even scary looking at all them prices for 2 days, bruh.
I thought it was a prank at first. Turn the place into a maze, get all the people out, and see how long it takes me to get lost. Then everyone has a good old laugh. Realized that wasn't the case when I tried to backtrack. Everything had changed, so I ended up lost. Instead of the exit, it was just row after row of bookcases. So, I'm trapped in IKEA. Sounds like the setup for a bad joke. The lights went out at 10 p.m. Nearly gave me a heart attack. That loud electrical thunk sound and then pitch blackness. Place is full of beds though, and my phone has a flashlight on it, but no damn signal. So I found a bed and went to sleep.
Facts.
Spent most of the next day trying to find my way out with no luck. Did find a restaurant serving those meatballs though, so at least I won't starve. Made my way back to the beds before the lights cut out again, since it's too dark to search with them off.
A lot of y'all like, what? IKEA sells meatballs? Bro, I found that out when I was in Germany. When I was stationed over in Kaiserslautern. They serve food inside of IKEA, bro. Them meatballs it was a spicy meatball.
It's 9:10 a.m. now. The lights came back on a little while ago. I'm sure I've searched the entire area around where I came in now, and the exit obviously isn't here, so I'm going to pick a direction and hope for the best.
Rip.
Day 3 of my magical IKEA mystery adventure. If I wasn't sure that there was something seriously weird about this place before, I am now. Walked for 3 hours in a more or less straight line before I came across a ladder next to one of those huge stock shelves they have here. Climbed up to get my bearings, and it looks like this place just stretches on forever. Like that scene from The Lion King, except instead of trees and grass, it was all shelves and tables and crap. I did see a person moving not too far away though, so I headed over. Thought it was a staff member at first who was wearing the uniform. And hell, maybe it was. Maybe freakish 7-foot-tall monsters with long arms, short legs, and no faces are just the kinds of things they want working at Super IKEA. Damn thing completely ignored me though. And with no eyes or ears, I can't even be sure it knew I was there.
Look like a finger like this.
Shoving it or something to get its attention, but its hands were big enough to crush a watermelon, so I decided against it. It just kept moving along, and eventually I lost sight of it, so I decided to carry on the way I was going.
Should ask for help.
Anyway, no comfy bed for me tonight. Looks like I've entered the improbably hard and pointy table section of the store. Guess I'll have to make do with some bunched up tablecloths. Phone battery died during the day too. Didn't work anyway, but I feel like I've just lost some vital lifeline. You ever see one of those cartoons where they're going through doors in a hallway and they just pop out of another door in the same hallway?
Scooby-Doo.
That's how I feel right now. I've seen nothing but the same identical bookshelf for 2 days now. Just row after row after row of them. I mean, come on. I love books as much as the next guy, but this is excessive. I'm obviously still moving forwards though. I can see the signs hanging overhead passing by. Too bad none of them say exit. Not sure who I was addressing that question to. Let's just say it was practice for the autobiography I'm going to write when I get out of here.
Bruh, facts. I feel like IKEA is just big for no reason, bro. I think the plot twist is he has to buy something to find his way out, because IKEA, if you ever been to IKEA, bro, the IKEA is some big ass stores, bro. It's easy to get lost, especially in that little bedroom section he was walking in, bro. You walk into this bedroom, it's the kitchen. You walk in there, it's like a makeshift laundry room. You walk back down this way, it's like tiles and shit. I'm like, hey, bro, where is the help? There's no help desk, nothing, bro. You be out there starving and shit. You be in there like, Wilson passed away. I'm like, with the, what's his name? What's the first guy again?
I'll call it my perfectly normal trip to a regular old
Tom
IKEA.
Hanks.
Finally found some other people. Yeah, turns out I'm not the only poor bastard trapped in here. Lucky for me, I guess. My 6th night here, 2 of those staff things came at me in the dark. Different from the first one I saw, but still messed up. Heard them coming. They were saying that the store was closed and I had to leave the building, all nice and polite like. I'm not sure which part of that was weirder, that they don't have mouths or that they were apparently trying to kill me while they were saying it. Came
How
at
you
me
know?
like rabid dogs. So I liked it, sprinting through IKEA in the dark like a madman. I saw it when I cleared another stand of those giant stock shelves, all lit up with torches and floodlights. They built a whole town in here. Got a massive wall built out of shelves and beds and tables and whatever else. I swear to God, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Anyway, I guess they saw me coming, or maybe they heard my girlish, manly bellows of fear, because they had the gate open and 2 people were there waving me in. Heard the staff thing slam into the gate behind me after it closed, still politely informing us all that the store was now closed. They wandered off eventually, though. They call the town Exchange, because that's what's on the sign hanging from the ceiling directly above it. Exchange and returns, all lit up against the night using lights they found and plugged into the power lines. And there are beds and food and people. Over 50 wonderful people with regular-sized limbs and a full set of facial features.
50 people?
It's now my 7th night here, and the first one not spent in darkness. A full week living in IKEA. There's probably a TV show in that somewhere. Now that I'm around other people, I'm starting to feel more normal. Maybe normal isn't the word, but after a week with only the sound of my own footsteps for company, I was becoming increasingly sure that I'd just gone nuts. That I was tied up in some padded room somewhere, banging my head against the wall. But no, I feel quite sane now. Thank you very much. Apparently there are other towns out there. Some with more people, some with less. I found that fairly mind-boggling. How can that many people go missing with no one noticing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Surely someone would have noticed that everyone who goes to IKEA seems to vanish. Or maybe it's not everyone. Maybe we're just the lucky ones.
Lucky.
The people here just call those monster things the staff. Apparently they're fine during the day, minding their own business walking the aisles. As soon as those lights go out, though, they go bonkers. So
What?
during the day, people go out to find food, water, and whatever else they need. Apparently there are restaurants and shops around that randomly get restocked. No one knows how. Maybe the staff do it.
bruh, Slender Man been hitting the gym. They saying, oh, the store is closed, you need to leave now. But are they saying leave in like a body bag, or like they're gonna escort you and throw you out on the outside back to where you came from? You get what I'm saying? I feel like we need to come to a group agreement and send one person out there to see what happens on the nighttime. But hopefully they show it, because I'm interested in knowing what happens if you get caught when it's nighttime. Because, you know, since it's my idea, I feel like I shouldn't be the one going out there. You need somebody that can think of these crazy ideas, and it takes a real strong person to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. And who else but that guy over there?
Bruh. Apparently they aren't very good at their jobs though, because the restocking sometimes takes a while, which means the food needs to be rationed. Maybe if they weren't so busy chasing people around in the dark, they'd get more done. Anyway, when night comes, the staff go nuts and everyone holds up inside the walls. Apparently it's the same everywhere in this place, whatever this place is. The IKEA, from whence all other IKEAs spring. Or maybe we're all just still in the regular IKEA and this is all some fever dream brought on by mind-numbing boredom. Who knows? Been here for 10 days now. Most of the people I asked said they stopped keeping track a long time ago. One guy, Chris, said he'd been in here for years. Years. Apparently there are rumors of people who do manage to get out, and of people who see the exit, only to have it vanish before their very eyes. I get the feeling not everyone believes that, but I do.
He deserved that, bro. Just run your ass to the exit. He's like, bro, just run for the exit. You don't want to look to see anybody's coming. Bro, hit the exit.
Explains how we got stuck in here in the first place. Sort of. And I mean, come on. Staff monsters, row after endless row of high-quality Swedish furniture. I don't know why they would find a disappearing door so hard to believe in. I went out scavenging for food at a nearby shop with Sandra and Jerry today. Once you learn the landmarks of this place, it's not so hard to navigate. The overhead signs help a lot, but there are others. Not too far in the distance, a huge section of those giant stock shelves has collapsed against each other, and way off in the east, well, assume it's east anyway, apparently IKEA doesn't sell compasses, is some kind of tower that looks like it's made out of wood, reaches all the way to the ceiling. Maybe they were trying to break out through the roof. Lights up at night, so there must be some people there, but it's apparently a few days' walk, which means it must be miles away, so no one here really knows for sure. Apparently, I got incredibly lucky sleeping out in the open for a week without getting ripped to bits by the staff. That's me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. We found some food in the shop. Guess the staff restocked it during the night, which was nice of them. There was a telephone on the wall, so I figured I'd try it out. There was a voice on the other end, but they were just talking nonsense. Random words strung together with no real meaning. You ever see a video of someone with aphasia? Kind of sounded like that.
Oh, what?
They didn't answer me when I spoke to them anyway. Sandra says all the phones in here are the same.
What's aphasia?
I was thinking last night, the ceiling on this place is pretty high, and as far as anyone can tell, it goes on forever. Shouldn't there be some kind of weather in here? I'm sure I read about some NASA building that was so big it had its own weather patterns with clouds and stuff.
That's crazy.
This place is definitely bigger than that. But now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I've never felt so much as a temperature change in here. I'll add it to the grand list of weird BS. The staff attacked the exchange last night. Must have been 20 or 30 of them all just asking us to leave the store calm as you like, while trying to smash the walls down with their bare hands. Apparently this happens pretty regularly, so everyone is prepared for it. Knives from the restaurants, lawnmower blades made into hatchets, fire axe. One guy with seam even made a functional crossbow. Anyway, the walls have holes in them, which I hadn't noticed before, specifically so we can stab out at the staff when they attack.
Do they actually die?
I took a couple of them down myself. They don't seem to bleed, which is weird, but they go down as easy as a regular person once you start sticking holes in them. We had to haul the bodies away in the morning. Apparently the dead ones will attract more during the night, so we had to get them away from exchange. We have a couple of those trolley things they use to move big boxes around, so we loaded them up and took them over to pickup. Apparently people just name everything in here after whatever sign is hanging overhead.
So why not take all those bodies and put those bodies somewhere else so you guys can expand your little community and make it bigger? So while they're over there trying to see where the dead bodies came from, you guys can kind of take that advantage and to advance and, get more supplies, or, even try to recruit some more people that's getting stuck in IKEA.
Thousands of dead staff all piled up. There was no smell, which was a blessing. Apparently, in addition to not bleeding, these things don't rot either. My curiosity got the better of me while we were unloading them, so I took a look at one of the more cut up ones. They're just skin, or something that looks like skin, all the way through. No muscle, no bone, no organs. Are they even really alive in the first place? They certainly seem like they have bones while they are moving around, pounding on the walls. And I'm sure I felt more resistance than just skin when the knife went in during the night. Maybe something happens to them when they die. Just one more thing on the ever-increasing list of weird stuff that goes on in here, I guess. Something occurred to me after the staff attack the other night. Every time you see a situation like this on TV or in a film, like it's the end of the world or everyone is trapped on an island or whatever, once groups like ours start to form, people always seem to turn on each other.
Oh, yeah.
Fighting for food or dominance or whatever else.
The Walking Dead.
That hasn't happened here. Apparently people from other towns come by from time to time just to check in or occasionally to trade if they are short on something. But everything is always cordial, friendly even. Maybe people are just better than they are generally given credit for. That's a nice thought. I think I'll go with that one. A dozen people showed up at the gates this afternoon from a town called Trolleys. Apparently, the staff broke through the walls and tore the town apart during the night. These 12 are the only survivors out of over 100. We let them in, obviously. One more point in the human decency column. Later, I asked if anyone knew how many of these towns there were out there. Between us and the new folks, we managed to come up with over 20 names. 20 towns filled with people, and who knows how many beyond that.
Yeah.
The motto for this place should be, how is that even possible? Surely someone somewhere must be looking for the thousands of people that must be in here. I've been here for a little over 2 months now. Not that much changes, as it turns out. A couple of new people showed up, same story as the rest of us. Nice little trip to IKEA, and suddenly they're trapped in Billy Bookcase's house of faceless weirdos. The staff attack the exchange once or twice a week. We kill them and haul their bodies off.
It's bleeding.
Sometimes they hurt some of us first.
Oh.
We killed a guy called Jared a couple of weeks back. It was awful, frankly. Turns out regular humans still bleed in here, even if the staff don't. We tried our best, but none of us are doctors. Jared was a good guy.
What if the dead people turn into the IKEA employees and all the IKEA employees are the past victims of being IKEA?
We deserved better. We all do. It occurred to me a couple of days after that, none of us were really looking for a way out of here. I don't even know where we'd start. One of those quadcopter things with a camera attached buzzed past exchange today. Thought it meant that someone was finally looking for us, that help was on the way.
About to drop a bomb.
Apparently it's not the first time this has happened, though. Same thing happened a few months ago, and everyone is still here. No idea if it saw us, it didn't stop if it did, just kept flying until we could no longer see it. I started talking to people about the stuff they missed from home during dinner today.
They got a campfire.
Probably not the best idea I've ever had. Everyone seemed pretty down after. A bunch of people here have families, husbands and wives, kids, dogs. Franklin apparently has a pet llama, though I'm not sure I buy that. But apparently some of the people here have some seriously odd gaps in their knowledge. 3 of them had never heard of the International Space Station. 2 of them seemed to think was the Prime Minister, and 1 of them had apparently never heard of the Statue of Liberty. I believed them too. They seemed just as confused as the rest of us. The more I thought about it though, the more it started to explain a few things. What if the reason no one is looking for all us missing people is because we haven't all come from the same place? This is going to sound weird. Maybe that should be the motto for this place. But what if all the people here have come from different dimensions, realities, whatever you call it? I've seen enough TV shows to know the drill. Sarah comes from a place where there is no Statue of Liberty. They didn't launch a space station where Wasim is from. If everyone here comes from different places, even from ones that seem identical, there'd be no huge missing persons panic, no mass search. It would just be a blip, a single missing person in a world of non-stop news.
I never thought of that.
Well, that was a fun train of thought. Just realized that yesterday was the 6-month anniversary of my arrival here. I wonder if IKEA sells party hats. The routine around here has remained more or less the same. More new folks show up, one every couple of weeks or so. Food supplies go up and down, but we've never actually had a major shortage. Occasionally we get a visitor from one of the nearby towns, usually checkouts or aisle 630. We check in with each other from time to time, occasionally trade supplies if someone gets particularly low on something. It's comforting in a way, a reminder that we aren't alone in here, some small glimmer of civilization. Sometimes they bring medical supplies. Apparently there's a pharmacy a few towns down from checkouts that gets restocked every now and then, so they share out what they can. I've never heard of an IKEA with a pharmacy before, but at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if someone stumbled on an IKEA organ harvesting lab. It would certainly explain the staff. Speaking of our faceless jailers, their attacks have been getting worse lately. 3 or 4 times a week now, with twice as many staff as there used to be. No idea where they all come from, or why the attacks have increased. We tried following one of them during the day a few weeks ago, me and Sarah. Wanted to see if they led back to a staff room or something. They didn't seem to go anywhere though, just randomly walked through the aisles. We had to turn back before we found anything. We've been reinforcing the walls, trying to arm ourselves better. Certainly no lack of materials to use. Wasim has been making more crossbows, but it's pretty slow going.
Bro, they need to come up with a game plan, bro. We have to go out at nighttime, bro, because that's the time when they start active. Or during the daytime when they're not doing anything, kill as many as possible and then get together with the other communities and then tell those communities we need to go out and see where these things are being made so we can stop them from being made, because I don't see where they keep spawning from. They don't see no factory, don't see anything else besides them just walking around. They gotta be just coming from somewhere. They can't just spawn in. That's crazy to think about, is saying that they're taking each person from a different dimension, because I was kind of shocked, like, how don't you know? But if everybody's coming from a different time era, damn, man, I'm open to anything. But you know, some things kind of like it's kind of like far-fetched, but it's a lot of people missing, but I go missing each year, and it just makes you wonder, like, where do these people disappear to? I feel like some of the stuff is that happens to people is supernatural, but that's just me. I'm a very supernatural type person. I believe in that stuff, but I just don't feel like this many people go missing each year because of people. You know, I feel like there's more it's more to it, but that's just my opinion. Man, I knew it wasn't gonna be scary because it's like IKEA, but it's kind of like weird to think about that they're in a known place, but it's like capable of taking people and putting them inside this little simulation or blip, whatever he was talking about, and to survive them for as long as they can. And if an exit door appears, then that's your exit. But you gotta hurry up and try to get through the exit before it disappears again. Man, it makes you not even want to go to Bath, Body, and Beyond. It makes you not even want to go to shopping no more, because you can't get lost in IKEA, bro. I will legit start crying and have them carry me to the next help counter and call for my mom or somebody to come pick me up at the, like, next to Home and Garden. Is this your son?
Too bad IKEA doesn't sell guns.
Man.
The attacks are getting bad now, almost every night, and with so many staff that the bodies almost pile high enough for others to climb the walls. I think we're in real trouble here. I think exchange is done. We got hit pretty bad last night. Not many casualties, but the wall is wrecked. We finally figured out why the attacks have been escalating too. A box of supplies had a chunk of one of the staff in there. No idea how it happened, but apparently a piece of one will draw them as well as a full body. Too late now in any case. There's too many bodies for us to haul away. Still have time to fix the wall before night. Candace has called a meeting. I suspect there will be talk of abandoning exchange. Maybe try and get shelter at checkouts or something. It's already getting late though. I don't think we'll have time to make it. Maybe some of us will. I was fine for that first week out in the dark after all. But then, how often can I keep getting lucky? I'm only writing this for a sense of closure, I guess. For me, or for anyone who finds this. If this is the final entry here, I hope whoever is reading this is doing so from outside of this place. My biggest fear? If I do die tonight, I'll just wake up here again in the morning.
So you just restart over and over again?
Weird. I wonder if they're still selling those meatballs. Oh, crap. Hello? I'm still in here. Hello?
Oh my goodness, bruh. Okay, this is my mindset the whole time. I'm thinking dude is at home, he purchased one of the drawers or dressers from IKEA and he found a book inside the dresser. Dude is inside IKEA reading a diary that he's seen, and he just go past, what if they're still selling meatballs? Like, bro, that's the only thing that you got from the whole story, that they selling meatballs. Like, why would this death note be inside of the damn... I would have picked up that book and read it. It's been day 17 inside IKEA and we're getting attacked and killed. I would have put that shit right back where I found it and left, bro. I'm not about to go and investigate, bro. Not happening, bro. I'm not Alan Wake. I'm not about to go out and searching in the darkness trying to find whatever blip or portal, wherever you fell through to get to where you at, bro. And that's why I don't stay in stores when they close, bro. But again, don't forget about the giveaway that's going on right now, man. If you guys are interested in winning $60 towards Pokemon or putting it towards something else, make sure you super down in the description box, call that link and go enter for your chance to win. Also, for my people that are in love with Netflix or into serial killer series, the next season 2 of Catching a Serial Killer is coming out. I think it's on February 18th, or is it next Wednesday? It's one of those, or it's February 18th is next Wednesday. I don't remember, but man, make sure you gotta go check that out. It's really, really good. If you guys are interested in Reprisalzems, and welcome to the Crow's Nest. This video was by SCP Animation, Tales from the Foundation. If you guys are ready, make sure you super down in the box. Kindly link to watch the video in entirety, because I was pausing and stopping and talking through the whole thing. Take somebody with you, bro. You gotta tie a rope around your waist and walk around IKEA, because IKEA is big and it's very easy to get lost. And 9 times out of 10, it'd be crowded, but it doesn't look like it because it's so huge, bro. Pause. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.